Okay, good morning. Welcome to the stream. I'm going to play some tournament play. Golf Madness Qualifier. It's a 9-hole qualifier. So it's a 9-hole event. Finishing the top 50% to make the weekend. Decent rewards. So, you know, you're looking at the top 20 for a 36 Tour Pro ball return. Really good rewards, as well as all those Pro D1s. Seb, thank you very much for the good luck, pal. Appreciate that. Now you use the Zoom feature. Yeah, there's there's a few things I've learnt from this game actually that I've carried over to other games. To Golf Clash actually. Right, so I'm just going to turn the grid on first of all. I forgot to do that. So we're playing Jasper Park. So it's a reasonably short course if you get the winds. Favourable winds. This one's easily drivable with tailwind. We don't get the tailwind on this one. So what I'm going to do is just start off with a free ball. I'm going to play with the Pro D1. I've got 1,200 of them from tournament winnings. So see if we can get a cheap drop. We can always restart the tournament. It's a really cool feature of Ultimate Golf. That if you do mess up the first hole or the second hole, you can restart. It still deducts the balls that you've used, but you can restart the tournament at any point, and you get a certain amount of replays per tournament. So just talking over the strategy that I'm using, I want to lay up to the long iron range, to the Bigfoot range, and using the numbered grids on the iPad, putting the flag below that number 3 and aiming for the number 7, and I know that range from there to there is medium distance long iron. Just tried and tested measurement. So what I'm going to do on this round, which I've not done on previous streams, is I'm going to adjust properly for the drives. Generally, I've just been getting sort of in the right area. I'm going to try and take it a little bit more seriously. So I'm counting rings from max and then working out each shot based on the range of the club. I'm just using a calculator. So I'm going to go 6.2 rings on this one. Morning Travs, how's it going, pal? You at work today? I'm working, heading off in about 45 minutes. So just getting a quick stream in before I go to work. Make a shortcut of the grid to your drop down right menu. Is that right? Do you mean this one? If that's the case, I'll do that. Thanks for that, Seb. A couple of nice tips you've given me. Appreciate that, pal. Right, so again, counting rings from maximum. One feature on Ultimate Golf is the ring sizes change if you use the Pro D1 ball to a premium ball. Back on duty tomorrow. Oh, still in bed then, mate. Still in bed, are you, Travs? So if you just keep your eye on the rings, I can't do it now because I can't switch balls now, but the ring sizes are different on the Pro D1 ball. Something to keep your eye on. So if you would normally make the adjustment and sort of know the requisite ring amount. You'll need to make an adjustment. It's about 10% for Pro D1 balls. So I'm going to go 5 rings to there. No, I'm not. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 3 rings, and then I'm just going to work it out quickly. Right, I've got the number. Right, so what I'm doing is looking for, first of all, I always apply maximum backspin and then look for that shape where the shot view is gonna land, and I'm projecting somewhere around about 1.7 there. So 1.7 rings. I know that I'll need to start off with the pin at 2.2 right there. So do me a favour, if you haven't done so already, hit the link, download the game. There's a link in the description. Hit that link, download the game, check it out. Really cool game, very different to the other game. Different strategies. Right, so what I'm doing is I'm just checking whether that's a left or right bounce. So I'm checking the secondary shot view relative to the primary shot view, and it looks pretty straight. So I'm going to go 6.4, just over 6.4 rings. And like I said, I'm using the Pro D1 with a higher wind, trying to get a cheap drop without a premium ball to start. So 6.4, so that's 5. 6.4, pulling over the bullseye, which is a much bigger ring than the rest of them. Get the ultimate shot. Quite close, 889, that's not bad. So what I'm gonna do now, because it's free, you see I've got 5 replays remaining. I'm gonna play that one again. I'm hoping I'm gonna get crosswind again, because if I get crosswind again, I can just make that adjustment the second time. Could even get a drive to the green on the first one. Let's check it out, see what it looks like. Switch out to the RB club. Possible drive to the green. Use a cheap ball. I might just have a go at that. In fact, I'm gonna play the same strategy and try and dial in that second shot. So I'm measuring out at maximum zoom right there. I know I need to be on that tree shadow because that's where I was last time. Just resetting the spins, and we'll go. Just try and remember, it was 12 rings from max last time, 7.5. Let's go 5.7. So I think it's a really good strategy in in this game, tournament play with the replay feature, use a ball that you've got plenty of. I've got over 1,000 Pro D1s, so I'll, because you win plenty of those from tournaments. So I will be using those for the first hole many times, try and get a cheap drop without using a premium ball. So we're going to go 5 rings, 4.5 rings. On the foot. 7.1, let's work this out. We're 5.5 rings, maximum backspin, and we should get a really similar looking shot view. So we're looking at about 1.8 rings again, just offline there. Yeah, sort of 1.7, 1.8. Tailwind this time, so we're going to get the secondary. So I am going to over adjust slightly on this one. So we're going to set up the same, but I'm going to play an over adjustment method because I missed on the left last time with the right to left. So there we go, the shot view directly at the pin. So instead of 5.55, which would be my number, let's take a look. I'm going to go with 5, maybe about 2% over adjustment. Let's go with 2%. So 5.7, 5.67 maybe. 5.7. Let's try that. And we get the ultimate. Come on. Right. I'm going to leave it at that, 874. I'm not going to play it again. I'm going to use the Tour Pro ball for the rest of the round. Hopefully get a bit closer than that, get some drops. Right, par 5, big headwind. This is going to be tricky. So we'll use the Tour Pro ball. So if I had a few more, I'd be thinking about using the brand new A-Flight ball, but I won 6 the other day, 11% power. 85% wind. Well, there's also the Gold Cup ball, 11 and 80. I'll try and keep hold of those for crucial weekend rounds. So let's just get as far as we can with the Tour Pro ball. I'm going to stick with the Fusion. Bit more top spin than the RB. I think it's negligible, the difference. The RB is a bit longer flight, the Fusion's a bit better top spin. Tend to get to around about the same distance at level 5. So that's worked out nicely. Setting up at max Bigfoot. So we're right up there at max club. Let's see what it looks like. Max backspin. So you can see that one's really checking up. Difference in the green. It must be a softer green because there's soft and hard greens in this game. So So what I'm doing is I'm adjusting the backspin until I get the desired shot view, which is 1.5 rings, pointing at 1.5 rings. And then I'm going to place in tailwind the pin at 2.1. I know that I've got a reasonable chance of a drop if I do that. And then just looking at that secondary shot view, just skewing off to the right a little bit, so I will straighten that up. The left spin. And aim right at the pin, just offset, if anything, to the left. 2.98 is the number that I've got. So near enough 3 rings. Send it home. This one's going in. Come on. Oh, how lucky was that? How lucky was that? Definitely an over adjust required on that one. Got the one hop dunk for the albatross. I'll take that one all day. Right, hole number 3, again drivable par 4, but of course I get the headwind. So let's just play max backspin fusion. I've got a green that's, no, that's okay actually. Thought that pin position was a bit close to the front, but it's okay. Right, so counting rings from max, 7.5. So it's pretty much bang on the position that I like to play with max backspin. So it's a different green. It's going to react differently. So I'm going to set the pin at 1.65 for this one. 1.65 rings from the first bounce, that is, and then check out the secondary. You can see it's just going off to the right. So I'm going to straighten that up and play favouring the left of the pin. Right there, reasonably happy with that. Just don't want this to end short. So I'm going to go 2.95. There we go. It's a bit much. Just a little bit glitchy there. That's not bad. Get the ultimate, and we should get close. Just off to the left, is it? Oh, I just caught the lip. Just caught the lip on that one. The 900 tiebreaker, the heartbreaker. 900 tiebreaker. Is there anything worse? Right on the lip. Right, let's get over it. Right, so you can see stuck between clubs on this one. So using the wood club, the big foot is 168 yards, basic 156 yards. So to get an extra 12-yard range on the min distance, remove the big foot, switch out to basic, and there you go. You get the extra range. So I can play with the Tour Pro ball, with the free ball. So I'm going to do so. Shot view pointing at round about 2 rings with headwind. So I'm going to play around 2.4 pin position. So that's the desired position. Now let's count rings from max. So I'm going to go 5, 10, 11.2, I think. Let's work this out. Right. And then you can see we've got a big kick right on this one. So I'll line up that primary shot view and then try and line up with spin the secondary shot view. Quite a big kick right. It's just the way I do it. I don't know if players that are better than me do the same kind of thing. That's how I do it. And then just aim at the left side of the pin. So just favouring the left, straighten it up, but because it's kicking to the right, I'm going to favour the left side of the cup, right there. Number I've got is 2.6. I'm just utilising every tool that I can on the iPad that I'm playing on, using the zoom feature to line up that wind arrow. Thanks to Duff for that one, taught me about that one. And thanks to Seb for making it easy for me with the shortcut. 2.6 would be about there. Get the ultimate. $898. Okay. Okay. Again, just missed the drop. Anything 895 or better, I feel like you've played a good shot. I know the top guys are dropping most of those, but for us mere mortals that are not at that level yet, 895 or better, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Right, par 5. Pretty short par 5. All we have to do is get to that number 7 range. So I'm going to switch out. Take the RB, a little bit top spin. No idea on the RB numbers, so I'm not going to try and work that out. I'll go with about 2.5 rings, a little bit of OP, and just get it somewhere near. need to reselect Bigfoot, and we should get up to max Bigfoot range. I've messed that one up a little bit, to be honest, so let's have a little think. I could probably play the root on this one. Yep, I can just about get away with that. Made a bit of a mess of that one, to be honest. So let's go root. It's going to be about 12 rings from max. Take a look at the shot view. Looks like pointing at around 2 rings again. Maybe a bit more, 2.1, so I'm going to play 2.5, 2.6 rings on this one, I think, around about there, 2.6, 2.7. Let's see what that shot view looks like. I think it's pretty straight. This one pretty flat green. So 2.6 is my number. So there we've got 2.5. Let's go with 2.6 right there. Come on, let's get the Albie. Great shot, of course. Come on, be lucky. It's not bad. 2 lucky albatrosses this round. Great ball, sneaked it in. So I must have been slightly out on the adjustment, but I'll take it. Again, short hole, don't get the wind. I've not been getting the wind at all on the on these holes. The last thing I want to do is leave a wedge, because I'm absolutely shocking at wedges. So we'll just play the long iron approach. Bigfoot in. We should be up near max-ish, mid, sorry. 5. $8.1. Wind of 3.6. Apply max backspin and see what it looks like. So I think that's pointing about 1.8. So what I do is, if I'm pointing at 1.5, I would put the pin right there with the cross tailwind. But because I'm pointing at 1.8, I don't just move it 0.3. I use like an exponential sort of calculation. So I'm going to put it at a little bit further, like just maybe 0.1 further. Tends to work-ish. So let's check. Shape, just kicking off to the right. We'll straighten it up a touch. And I'm going to play, that looks all right to me, just at the pin from the left edge. So I'm going to play 2.5 rings. Reasonably confident on this one. I think this one's going to drop. Called it. Come on. Left edge. Left edge. So I needed to under adjust that one. Okay. Didn't see that one. I'll try and remember that. Try and remember that. That was hole number 6. Try and remember that one. I think we're going to qualify anyway. I've got a reasonable score going on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe 8.7 rings. Let's quickly work it out. See what it looks like with max backspin. You see I've got a real checked up bounce there. You can see the shape of the green there. It's really sort of high there. You can see it's a real sloping green. So it's going to be a difficult adjustment. With headwind, as I said before, I want to put that pin position at 1.6 rings, get the shot view pointing at 1.5. That looks all right, I think. Adjusting uphill might just throw it a little bit, possibly. Let's see. So kicking off to the right, just gonna straighten that up. That's just left side of the flag. That's directly at the flag. Let's go 2.8. Straighten that wind arrow up. .83, I think, is there. See what happens. Definitely a difficult adjustment. Oh, come on. Oh no. Oh no. Nearly bounced in on the second bounce. Just spun back to right on the lip. A little bit unlucky. That could have dropped. I could have played that shot 5 times exactly the same, and I bet it'd have dropped 2 or 3. Right. Right. Got the tailwind. I don't think this is drivable. Should we take a look? The big tailwind ball. I don't think so. Thinking, is that a bit of a down slope right there that I could land on? No, it's pretty flat, I think. I've got the tailwind on the wrong holes on this one. So on the short par fours, I've got headwind. On the long par fours, I've got tailwind. It's just how it happens. So, once again, let's lay up. So I just want to check the position of these trees on the right, make sure that they're not in play. I think we're all right there. Again, I know I said I was gonna, but I can't be bothered working out the proper adjustments. Maybe on the weekend round I will do, but I just want to get in range. Jeffrey, thanks for dropping by, pal. How's it going? On your way to work? I'm setting off in about 10 minutes. You see, I've come unstuck again there. I should have made the adjustment properly, and I've got a real shitty adjustment down this hill because I've got the left to right wind. That's me taking my eye off the ball. Got a big kick left on this one. So always pay attention, kids. Never just point and shoot. That's my advice, and I've not followed it. So I've got a really horrible adjustment down this hill. I wanted to be up here somewhere, about there, but I've found myself right there. So I'm going to have to wing this one a little bit. Just looking at the shape of that secondary. Right, so I'm going to play a little bit more backspin. I'm going to push up to find the position, and then I'm going to make a secondary adjustment. So that's looking at 1.9. So I'm going to push up. Right, so it's a 0.8 ring push up to find the position. It's going to roll off to the left. So around about there, I'm going to play 2.93. This one's going to be tricky. If I can get to 895 here, I will be very happy. So 2.93 is my number. I'm going to push back a touch because I'm adjusting down the hill, which is going to curtail it. I'm going to push up 0.8. And then what I'm going to do is align with the wind and take a look at where I think that ball's going to intersect hide grid. So I think the intersect point is going to be around there. See what I mean? That where this, when the wind pushes it back, it's going to sort of drop in round about there, I think. So that's after 3 adjustments. I've found that position. I think it's going to drop short. It's a definite uphill shot actually, so I can't push up any further, so I might just need to OP this one. If this gets anywhere near, I will be amazed. Tiny OP. Tiny left curl, because I believe it's an over adjust because of the uphill. Yeah, not bad. 876. I just needed that left curl, to be honest, because it's an uphill over adjust. Jeffrey, thank you very much, mate. I'm quite proud of the fact that I'm hanging with the top boys. I shot a -30 round Bay Hill the other day, which I was really happy with, considering sort of 27s, 28s. Took the gold. I shot 27 in the qualifier, unfortunately, or the second round, whatever it was. So I was really, really happy with that score. And like you say, I'm playing with sort of level 5 clubs, which is definitely a handicap. Radu, how you doing, mate? Thank you very much for the good luck. Appreciate it. Thanks for dropping in. And there's Radu's channel in the chat. Take a look at his channel, some really good content. Give him a sub, give him a like, check out some of his videos. So we're going to go fusion, tough shot, way downhill. Pretty easy to get close, just winging it. But a difficult one to get right. So downhill shots, possibly counterintuitively in this game, will play less wind effect. And that's because of the flight being sort of flat. If you look at the shape of the ball, the shot view, it's flat because I'm aiming downhill. And if you're aiming uphill, just imagine you're leaning backwards, hitting the ball up in the air, affected more by the wind. Makes sense, really, if you think about it. So downhill shots are not in the air longer, so affected more. It's a flatter flight, so it's affected less. So this one, I want to try and find that shot view that I like. So I've not applied any backspin so far. And you can see if I apply backspin, it's going to end up going backwards. I actually need a little bit of topspin on this one. Quite a bit of topspin. There you go, 4.5 topspin to get that desired position that I like, which is 1.5. Rings from max. I said I would do this as well. I'm just gonna post my good mate, Mr. Banger. I'm just gonna post his YouTube in the chat. So if you want to learn the game, go see Mr. Banger's YouTube channel. He knows a bit more than I do. Show grid continuously. There's the grid. And let's go 1.9 rings for the hole position. And then we're just going to check that secondary. Got to bounce off to the right, straighten that up with left spin and aim left side of the pin. Let's take another look. I think I can push up a little more. Just gonna check out 233, 245. I'm just gonna check it out with the Holy Driver. get a better shot view. Just going to remove just a fraction of topspin, and that looks good. Guide just through the hole. Back to the fusion because I know my numbers. And that looks good to me. Got a good feeling about this one. I don't know why I've just said that, because that's going to come back and bite me. So, under adjusting. Let's have a think. 2.4 rings. Which is 3. In fact, I'm going to go to, 2.4. It's about 4% under adjustment. So that's 2.5, 2.4. Come on, let's get in. It's way downhill. Come on, be good. Miles off, so I didn't need that adjustment. So 2.4, if I'd have played the standard adjustment, that would have been 2.5, that would have been close. So on that particular hole, if I worked everything out right, which I think I did, 0 elevation, offset. There we go, we've posted a score, sitting in second, minus 13, could have easily been 14, a couple right on the lip. Got a good tiebreaker, easily qualified I think. Yep, easily qualified. So we're going to leave it at that. Thank you very much for everyone who's dropped in. Sebastian, nice to see you. Travs, hope you have a good day off, pal. Jeffrey, have a good day at work. And Radu, let's have a look. What are we saying? Adding 1 bar of side spin for each 3 miles per hour to compensate for side wind. Something to consider. What I try and do, mate, is I look for the secondary kick-off, you know, when it sort of kicks off left or right. Try and get the primary ball view, shot view, sort of directly in the middle of the screen. Then if it's kicking off right, I'll try and straighten that secondary up with side spin, and then aim on the left side of the pin, because obviously you've got to sort of left to right if it's kicking off right, and been pretty successful. The only thing I really need to do is learn the courses and learn the little nuances, the over adjust, the under adjust for certain holes, how the greens react, that kind of thing. I feel like I've got my adjustments reasonably good, but I mean that last hole was a pretty good example that I just don't know the elevations on that one. I mean, I played 4% under adjust because it was downhill and I didn't need anything. So that's that's where I am. I feel like my adjustments are pretty much on point. Just need to learn the courses. The more I play the courses, the better I tend to do. What course was that we just played? That was Jasper Park. I don't know it very well. Not played it often. So that's it. Thank you very much for dropping by. Feel free to hit the like, hit subscribe if you've not played the game. Hit the download link in the description. And thanks for dropping by.